Alright, now with the Order's full-fledged support and Auntie's choice no longer a threat to us, I think we're finally ready to make our way to the reconstituted horizon point. One side obliterated by the rift, this Protectorate skip technology research facility has mysteriously reappeared from the void. Exploring this facility will likely be treacherous, so it'd be wise to tie up any loose ends before proceeding. Yes. No. Yes.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control.
Right. And where does this leave our allies?
The Order have sent their forces as promised, but they will need to find their own landing zones. You may be without assistance as you navigate the station.
Can't say I'm too keen on running this chaos unprotected.
Donning armor before embarking on this mission is highly recommended. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Right. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
A would-be tyrant doing something tyrannical. Who could have seen this coming?
So the Consul led a coup and is now actively destroying the colony? Do I have that right?
The Consul's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
I hope DeVries finishing what she started doesn't complicate things further. This looks to be treacherous enough already.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
Thanks.
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need something?
A rift. This close, it's terrifying. I can't believe I ever convinced myself otherwise.
You stupid.
Soon the Consul will answer for his many, many crimes. I have looked forward to this for a long, long time.
Alright then. And let's not delay this any longer. Here we go.
This place is a nightmare beyond the most fevered delusion. Those soldiers, they do not look right. The Consul stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship. How my blood boils.
Oh. Oh.
Taking punitive action.
Commander.
did they feel? What did they think? If anything.
Oh yeah. Is this? This looks familiar. Yeah, this is the terminal. Yeah, this is where we got up.
If I hadn't lost my sanity before this, I have now.
And over here, it's the place where we picked the lock? Or is it just similar? It's all coming back to me. Somewhat.
The brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the flaw
Yeah.
into our
Cadet Mary.
skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this.
This is not a death befitting a noble subject of the Protectorate. The thought of meeting a similar fate makes me shudder.
Dislodge power core. Alright. Guess we can't do that. What the? I think I can make it from here, can I? Okay. I wonder if we kill the mechs before, instead of sneaking by them or disabling them, would we have to fight them now? I wonder. Sweet, isn't it? Sweet. Alright, now time for sightseeing. Let's keep moving. Yeah, just rely on autosaves. Should be good. What the? Is that a good laser or a bad laser? What? Time to go.
I'd be able to sort this out with the rift modulator.
Here.
Order forces are on their way to you now, Agent. Their estimated arrival time is imminent.
Here I was sure that the self-important scienticians would prove mathematically that they actually shouldn't be here.
That's not.
My armor may be rated for temperatures in the thousands, but I find even most blankets too stifling. Let us find an alternate route.
Okay, cool. Probably shouldn't have gotten away with that, but Alright. I'll take it.
Boss, it was blistering near those plasma spouts. I'm pleased you did not immolate.
Yeah. Me too. Let's keep moving.
Melding with shadows activated.
Engaging camouflage.
Wrist weapon prime.
Who's doing that?
You must keep your blood with
Who's doing that? Asshole. Who's doing that? Why are you not on the map?
Shadow melding activated, Commander.
ready to dispense judgment.
Melding with shadows activated.
Pathetic. Is that? Is that DeVries' ship? What is she doing here? The satellite bears scorch marks, presumably from atmospheric re-entry. Its valves have been tampered with. All data cartridges have been extracted. Hello? Matriarch's warning. Detective would be horrified to learn that the long-buried journals of Arcadia's first bishop have been liberated by an Earth-directed agent, and with good reason. The matriarch apparently regarded Arcadia as an experiment to determine if an egalitarian utopia could endure the test of time. To the bishop's dismay, the matriarch's ultimate conclusion was no. She was adamant that hubris and ambition would be the protectorate's downfall, despite the guidance and promises made to her people. It amazes me that such a genius as the matriarch could ignore the fact that absolute power corrupts absolutely until it was far too late. Now it's up to us to stop everything her wretched legacy has wrought. What the? Where the hell did she get that from? What's that beeping? Here we go. Search for DeVries. I don't think she's in here. Unless... yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to be searching for. The quest log did say that I'm just gonna eventually run into her. Yeah, she's likely making her way to the Providence. Okay. I think the other thing I'm supposed to investigate is the satellite, which I can't, because I'm not scientific enough, so... I think we should just get a move on. Whatever happens, happens.
I shall reduce them to a slurry!
They won't see me coming, Commander.
Huh. Automechanical turret security status operational. Warning, disabling automechanical security measures may leave the sector vulnerable to intruders. Are you sure you would like to proceed? Never mind.
Exit pharmaceutical provisions incoming.
device.
Taking punitive action.
Exposure undermining.
I shall not stay your execution.
Well gone? Wait, anomalous outlier. But
And ready. Exposure undermining. Functioning.
It was my wish to thank you for retrieving something of great importance to her. She's provided supplies for you in turn.
I never could have.
Alright. Thanks. This way? Is this what she has sent me? I guess. Okay, well, it's better than nothing.
Be mindful of where you...
Supplies and medical attention are available.
Architect, is there another sane person in this horrible place? They sound distressed. We must rescue them.
That voice sounds familiar. But it can't be.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Agent Pascal, calm yourself. You are not in your right mind.
Don't you talk to me like you know me. Hey, Commander? Is that you? No, this must be some kind of trick. Law, what's happening to me?
It's me, Helen. Michael Hawke, Commander of the Incognito. Your friend.
So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
They weren't too dissimilar from the troopers we encountered outside. This is concerning.
I don't understand what's happening.
I need you to focus. What's the last thing you remember from the mission?
Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
That explains it. She was left alive, just long enough for the rift to take her. That's why the reconstitution worked on her. To some extent.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true.
Never mind that. The rift has done something to you.
Rift? That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
The Protectorate are attempting to reconstitute the station to how it was moments before destruction. That includes you. But it's failing. I'm sorry.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this.
I'm sorry, Helen, but I can't.
Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything.
I wish it didn't have to be this way. I don't want you to suffer.
Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. End this for me? I don't think I can do it myself. Please.
If you're sure, I'll do it.
I'm sure.
Pascal? Helen? If I may, I'd like to see to your proper burial as an Earth Directorate agent. If you wish for it.
That'd be nice. Being seen off, right? This is...
Yeah.
the final kindness you'll do for me, Commander.
Alongside Sandoval and Jepson, right?
Thank you. Try not to miss, huh?
Oh, don't worry.
It's all right. This will be okay.
I never miss.
I swear it.
You did what you had to, Commander.
So? Is there anything you'd like to say for yourself? Or what? Anything at all? Hello? You're just here now, inexplicably? Up to something? That no one knows what it is? Excuse me, ma'am? A word? Whatever. Whatever.
may proceed, Commander. We've got supplies at the ready. Are you in need of any weapons, armor, or other supplies? The presiding bishop foresaw this. Please take what you require. It's the least we can do in exchange for your recovery of the archive for us.
Thank you.
The Order of the Ascendant will be waiting in anticipation of further orders. May the numbers guide you.
Yep. Scent of Serendipity Mega. Emanating Enlightened Seer Tutelary. Charge leaded sniper suit.
Are you in need of any weapons, armor, or other? Please, take what you require.
Oh. Is that it?
Initial observations conclude that the
You said
subject
weapons,
does not possess
armor.
major ailments.
Where are the weapons? Just see some armor. Some ammo, I guess. That's cool.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Don't gotta sound so disappointed about it. Alright, one last time. Can we talk? No? It's no time.
Providence is much too close for safety, and that rover it has dispensed. Do not like that this might imply.
Wonder what that's all about.
Shatter melding activated, Commander. On mechanical system. No. This brings back memories.
His foes have been destroyed once. We shall destroy them again.
Yeah.
Bridge.
Hiding and sneaking.
Get ready. Exposure. Undermining. And ready. Exposure. Undermining.
Hostilities abound.
Shouting.
Alright, should be getting close then. To the rift. That is.
It would appear our path is barred. That rift looks exceedingly unstable. If we gallivant about, we might find a solution to this problem. Or at least a path less likely to have us torn asunder.
Let's hope so.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Consul. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
Somehow, I expect Rand's theories evaporate when put into practice. Much like Rand himself. Perhaps we can still utilize his calculations.
Let's see. Equation processing. Warning, this terminal controls operation of the rift containment chamber. Only make adjustments as necessary. Input the equation you'd like to process. It's supposed to be somewhere inside here?
Our commander hangs from a thread!
Close it! Close it! Close the door! Close the door! Alright, well that didn't work. Oh? Oh, here we go. This could lead somewhere. Alright, up here is where we found that mysterious chalkboard with all those complicated equations that we couldn't figure out. Is that what he was talking about, maybe? I don't know. A complex and partially incomplete equation that seems to be related to the rift.
I think these
Rift algorithm equations and processing update. After numerous attempts to solve the last factor of the equation, it was our brilliant sovereign Henry Varick who deciphered the final piece of the puzzle. Our research indicates that we are overlooking the excessive ion expansion caused by the plasma's intense heat. By lowering the temperature of the heating elements, we might stabilize the distortions we are encountering. The memo cannot fully capture the ingenuity of the discovery, but please do not press the sovereign directly for a more detailed explanation. Gaining an audience with him may take up to 2,223 days, and our very own cadet alderman is capable of fielding any questions.
calculations may actually make sense. Or I'm completely misinterpreting them. One or the other.
Uh-huh. A partially destroyed chalkboard of equations. There are multiple calculations related to rifts that exceed your knowledge, with one particular equation incomplete.
Misunderstood!
Taking punitive action!
Engaging camouflage.
Who's she talking to?
I shall not stay your execution!
Shrouding up.
Oh, this is the vent that was had the electricity on it, right?
Always did fancy himself a scientist.
What? Displayed before you is the complete equation, helpfully labeled for the viewer that it is guaranteed to safely manipulate rifts in a contained setting. The writing itself does not look like the scratchings of a quick-thinking scientist, nor does the diagram. Instead, both look as though they have been traced.
I should have expected that my sovereign would have solved such a complex equation himself. What a brilliant mind.
Let's plug it into the terminal at the Skip Labs and see if it's right.
The sovereign's own private lab. I cannot believe how unscathed it all remains. Is it too much to hope it would remain this way?
Well, define unscathed.
We operate by the sovereign's grace. Our accomplishments are his own. If he wished to take credit for a punishment I meted out, I would be delighted.
Okay. That's lame. Oh well. What was that? Oh my god. I thought it was a strange creature lurking. Some sort of hellhound. Scared the daylights out of me. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Equation processing complete. Initiate test. Here we go. Oh. Looks like it worked.
Another obstacle on our path overcome. Good work.
Huzzah. Okay. Don't mind if I do. What the? That's not very nice. Oh, that was whatever. I could have done it. I could have done that, and you know what?
Take that rover to the Providence. Arcadia may be consumed by these rifts.
Okay. So, did that do anything besides just spawning a bunch of enemies? Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Can't win them all, I guess. Alright, made it aboard the Providence. Time for a little one-on-one.
Intake for processing. Welcome aboard. We seem to have entered undetected. We'd best unseal the hangar to continue our ingress.
How fortuitous. Is the Consul also gonna be a head in a jar or whatever, or what's the twist? Why is it all empty and quiet? I don't like it. Messages. Council, shore leave. Unsealed doors. Oh. Well. That didn't take long.
Strange bedfellows indeed. They best fight well. That was a spirited little fracas. Let us push on to the rift modulator. If memory serves, we may be able to find it on the second level of this ship.
Alright then. Let's go. No time to waste.
intellectually stimulating day.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert.
No alert here, Cadet. Might want to check your systems.
Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01?
I need access to Deck 02.
How many times must I explain this to you all down there? Every subject aboard the Providence must keep their deck access credentials on their person at all times. If you misplaced your access card, Sovereign help you, because I surely cannot. Perhaps a colleague would be willing to lend you theirs,
Alright, well, I'll be back. Interesting.
It isn't my new favorite operator.
Sharp enough.
Who's there?
Smoke on, dagger drawn. The protectorate endures.
Perfection is perfection.
Engaging camouflage.
Quartermaster requisition slip. Okay. Sure that means something to someone.
Unscrupulous criminal element. Please note that by entering this restricted area, you may be subject to mental refreshment, gory execution, and/or verbal abuse. Mental refreshment protocol. By speaking with this unit from a restricted area, you have earned an additional demerit. Please report for punishment. Greetings, criminal scum. How may this unit serve you until your inevitable demise at the hands of our sentinels?
I'm exchanging a requisition ticket.
Received. Dispensing standard regimental supplies. Complete. If you have helm sizing concerns, please increase or decrease the size of your head. Please make a request.
Show me your wares.
Displaying inventory.
Thank you.
Putting reprimand. Loitering. This unit acknowledges that the concept of pay may be strange and alarming. Please note that theft will result in punishments that are infinitely more strange and alarming.
Sure. I hear you.
Putting reprimand. Your actions shame the Consul. Please arrest yourself with due haste.
Yep. Totally. I'll get right on that.
Experience spontaneous exsanguination after treatment. Please return to this unit before you die of blood loss. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume?
Show me your wares.
Note, by viewing inventory, user admits they possess foreign currency and shall submit to inspection, interrogation, and / or violent beating by security. Displaying inventory.
Scientist Winifred Wu has been scheduled for a follow-up appointment. Chief Scientist Montserrat has authorized her to be pulled from her duties as necessary.
Veritable mosaic of conflict stands ahead, Commander. I propose we smash our way through.
Or we could try looking for access. Alright. It's that engineering skill, maybe?
You're trying my matriarch-given patience, Deck 01.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
I hope a medical emergency counts. The sickbay automac needs to meet with Scientist Wu.
Again? I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record.
Good. That'll teach her for not working through the pain like the rest of us.
Exactly right. Think I enjoy sitting here, fielding inane requests day after day? But I remind you that gossip is strictly prohibited over this channel.
Oh.
Over and out.
Yeah. Sorry.
Please, let me get release from this life.
Okay.
I know we must save Arcadia at all costs, but killing an unarmed scientist in cold blood?
Terminating unproductive activity.
I mean, she was asking for it.
Good that we went through the rigmarole of acquiring that scientist's credentials.
That rift modulator's gotta be somewhere around here.
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time to be loitering somewhere you should not. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor.
Step aside. I must inspect the rift modulator immediately.
Oh, I apologize for my tone. One cannot be too cautious these days. You understand. Please don't let me keep you. Speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the rift chamber. He'll help you get situated. I would appreciate it if you did not mention my tenor to him.
No harm done. I can see you're simply passionate about your work.
Of course. The Consul's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own aims. It's my wife, you see.
Yeah.
She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open.
Ooh.
Through the Consul's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified, especially the latter one. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the rift shall work, but I believe he simply needs to redouble his devotion.
I see. Well, thank you. Goodbye. You can leave now. Oh. Okay. Oh.
I am no scientician, yet I can see the sheer arrogance in this display. Reconstitution cannot work. It must not be allowed to work.
This corpse appears to have been reconstituted, like the protected soldiers on Horizon Point. There are clear incision marks suggesting the beginnings of dissection. Collect tissue sample. Okay.
Go about your business, or do not.
Between the frantic scribbles of equations you can't understand, there's a single phrase you can read. There is no answer. Where is that? I don't see it. Are you sure? Centrifuge analyzes biological samples. You notice irregularities with the atomic structure. Damaged atoms, slightly out of place. In layman's terms, when something goes into a rift, it doesn't come out the same.
Of course you can't reconstitute beings pulled from a rift without errors. Unfortunately, fools like the Consul never let proof get in the way of their machinations.
Yeah. Tad unfortunate, that is. Okay. Well, this is a big place.
Look at the size of the rift modulator. Seems we shan't be using it. Not without commandeering the whole of the ship. Let us see what we can unearth regarding it.
I was notified that you were here, though my fellow scientists seemed rather confused as to why. Unsurprisingly. What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you.
I need to access the rift modulator urgently. Can you help?
Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait.
We're concerned about the same thing. I know you're attempting large-scale reconstitution here.
So you are familiar with the work we're doing? Tell me, what do you make of our experimentations?
They all present a rather bleak outlook, don't they? I'd like to know more.
So you are seeing what I'm seeing. I fear that I was alone. But none of these daft scientists seem to show any concern over our findings. Reconstitution is not working as expected. We are dealing with twisted versions of what was once normal. It's as I've been saying for weeks, but still, this ludicrous experiment continues.
If it's that dire, why haven't you done something about it?
How exactly am I to speak out of turn? I'm locked in this void damn lab around the clock. If my productivity dips, or if I try to leave, I'll be sent to mental refreshment. It's enough to make anyone fall in line. Besides, I quite like my 4-time streak of Subject of the Month accolades.
Look, we're on the same side. Give me access to the rift modulator and I can fix this.
And what makes you think that you have the authority to fix this?
Saving the galaxy is my job. I am an agent of the Earth Directorate.
I know what that is. And either way, you are not the one I must convince to deviate from this mess we're in. Our situation is far more dire than it may seem. There is no proof that Rift data can be stabilized or even edited. The Consul's plan will fail completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting impossible. But I doubt he will pay it much mind.
A report that contains information on constructing rift modulators, you say?
Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good.
I can bring the report to the Consul. He'll listen to me.
It's clear you aren't bound by the same rules as the rest of us somehow. If he won't hear me out, perhaps a third party will have more luck. Here, use this keycard on the module over there. It will allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him.
Great.
Because if you don't, we're all dead.
Last question. Where's the modulator being operated?
Back up in the control room. The Consul is the only one who has the means of controlling it, which makes your persuading him that much more necessary. Go now.
Alright. Thank you.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, After much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Our test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
All right. There we go.
The rifts have spawned through unknown reaches? This is more dire than I surmised. But at least we have the means to combat them now.
We can concern ourselves with that later. First, let's find the Consul.
Absolutely. It's time to finish this. Once and for all.
There you are, Commander.
Oh.
What happened? I thought you were looking for the rift modulator. Why does it still look like that out there?
I did find the modulator, but we can't operate it without having control of the ship.
That's unacceptable. That complicates matters greatly. What should happen if it's damaged as we seize control from the Consul?
And I thought I was the pessimist here. We have the schematics. We can build others. You're welcome.
Well, suppose I'm pleased to see that you still run a tight ship. That gives us options. Did you happen upon anything else that I should know about?
Well, it turns out that lots of rifts have been detected in space where humanity has never been.
In the deep reaches of space? I suppose that revelation should not come as a surprise.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. What do you know?
Not much more than you. Only that space is vast, and even with our brilliance, we cannot possibly hope to know all the secrets it contains. But we will need to table this discovery and its implications for a later time. The Consul needs dealing with. He may seem open to negotiation, but I would urge caution. If you denounce him or his plan outright, he will not yield. Unless you find his weak spots and chip at those first.
Chip away at weak spots is terribly roundabout. Might I propose we bludgeon him to death instead?
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defenses we have quickly. If you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance. No telling what awaits us beyond that door.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like the end of the line, Commander. I just wanted to say again, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. Most people would have just put a bullet in my head if they'd seen me do the things you had. But you cared enough to listen to me.
I could tell you were in pain, and I wanted to help.
You did. Let's go take care of the Consul before I get all maudlin. I'm sure that will be cathartic as well.
Ew.
So, here we finally stand, at the threshold of the final confrontation with the Consul. How I have waited for this moment. There's little doubt that he must be slain. And yet, I wish there were an alternative. He should have to rectify his wrongs and answer to Arcadia's people.
Well, maybe there is some way we could end this peacefully.
The Consul shall have to answer for his deeds. I'll not hear otherwise.
Of course.
If you do not seek to simply let him go free, I shall follow your lead as best I can. There was a time when all of this, not just confronting the Consul, but standing here beside you, would have been impossible to consider. I'm glad that we met. Let us proceed. We shall bring the Consul to justice together.
You're damn right. Sus? One last hack for the road.
We both know better by now.
Redactor Essman. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat, this will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy, no need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands, especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Essman. Say, you look frazzled, troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
Huh. Okay then. Emery, I regret the way we left things after our last meeting. Grandmother always said that if a disagreement ends in shouting and rising tempers, it is wise to look inward at your own ills before proceeding. I hope sincerely that you have done so. While I may not fully understand your aims with the Rift research, or with using it to our advantage, as you said, I am willing to acknowledge them as valid. But you must in turn understand that my decision is final. It is what is right for my people, my Arcadia, and my family. Do not doubt me, friend. I wish you to know that I still cherish your guidance dearly. Perhaps when the war is over, The rest of the letter remains unfinished.
Power makes people think they're invincible. Sovereign found out the hard way that it does not.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Enough messing about. Let's do this.
You've come quite close enough. The Sentinels, if you would.
Throw as many of your lackeys into the grinder as you wish. You will answer for your crimes if I must part a sea of bodies to do so.
So passionately delivered, and yet so utterly incorrect. What you are witnessing is my saving of Arcadia, and ridding it permanently of trespassers like you.
Did you also claim you were saving the Sovereign when he stabbed him in the back?
Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not?
You're right. He definitely didn't try to kill everyone with a space anomaly.
I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however, will be resurrected and reformed so they may reach their full potential. Open your mind, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal.
What can I say? Bringing people like you to justice is my life's work.
Ah, but your justice is not mine. How does it feel, having your very purpose change as frequently as the wind? I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously caused our Vox relay to crash into Fairfield. When
that
you
wasn't
began
me.
your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again.
Your ship, huh? Could have sworn I saw the Sovereign's name on it.
You think yourself clever, don't you? The Sovereign is indisposed, leaving myself as the sole custodian of Arcadia. What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clench over you, over anyone, will be his in turn, even if he's not here to bask in it.
Then I hope he's ready for disappointment. I never lose.
Such bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good on your promises, Commander. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend.
Go ahead, please. Enlighten me.
Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended.
So your plan is to turn Arcadia off and turn it back on again? Or no, more accurately, you want to smash Arcadia into tiny little pieces and then reassemble it again. Look, I already know that the matriarch didn't invent skip drives. Why is that relevant?
Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
I know you think your plan is the right one, but you'll reconsider if you hear me out.
Beware, Commander. The Consul is a master manipulator. Trying to speak with him may be more dangerous than simply slaying him on the spot.
You're entirely out of your jurisdiction. And were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself. If you wish for me to entertain your argument, you will silence him.
Tristan, I need you to stand down. At least for now.
If you've a plan, I trust you to see it through. But I shall keep a hand on my hammer throughout.
It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on, tell me all the ways I'm wrong. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner, seeing it carried out.
That's a lie. The Sovereign never wanted this. You've perverted his plan.
Do not presume to tell me what is or isn't the truth. I was advisor to the original Sovereign. I know the mind of a true leader. This is the path Henry should have taken.
You two argued over what to do with the rift modulator. He was acting out of love, not power.
Yes, of course we argued over methodology. Henry was always too stubborn, too focused on the past to understand the opportunity before him. I regret that he had to make such a difficult choice. That one of the Matriarch's heirs is not guiding us. But he needed to look beyond himself, like I am doing now.
Your plan to restore Arcadia will fail horribly.
So you say, but you've yet to deliver any compelling evidence.
The evidence is all around us. Reconstitution doesn't work. This colony would be unrecognizable, and not in a good way.
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia and will not be spoken to like this. I am only doing what I must to restore this colony to what our matriarch envisioned. Free of war, strife, heresy. You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us.
But you won't be saving this colony. Everything reconstituted will be brought back wrong.
And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to back such a claim?
Look at this report from your chief scientist. You are losing control of the rift.
Rifts are disorganized, mindless, chaotic. What goes in comes out wrong. You can't reason with a rift. You're going to fail.
I see. Well, the man was always a cynic. I find that attitude can skew results even more than a thumb on the scale might. One data point means little. The Protectorate was clearly meant to harness this power. Nothing you claim can disprove everything that points to this reality.
I have seen the Matriarch's writings. You have no idea what she envisioned.
I will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate, or any other interloper, to claim to better know the customs of those they invade. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims.
The Matriarch doubted the Protectorate's survival. She knew pride would be its undoing.
Heresy!
I found her correspondence with the first bishop. She explicitly said she feared the Arcadian experiment would end as all similar projects did before it, in a crumbling heap of hubris.
The Matriarch foresaw many things. To think that we were not set apart from lesser societies, it is humbling. And it appears we have fallen prey to the very thing she warned of.
What's more, her own son steered Arcadia wrongly. The Matriarch was heartbroken.
What do you mean, steered wrongly? If Reuben was not carrying out her wishes as intended, then the Protectorate have strayed far from the Matriarch's light. But regardless of how I may have misstepped before, I am not in the wrong now. All your so-called arguments are pure hearsay.
You allow your resolve to be shaken when millions lie dead? If I had not traveled with the Commander, I would attempt to slay you on the spot. Instead, I shall appeal to any lingering remnant of your honor to do what is right.
Do you want me to applaud you for your restraint? No. It doesn't matter what proof you bring before me. I am following the grand plan, and I will be vindicated.
You will not be vindicated if you kill millions of your people, Consul. You can still do the right thing.
And leave the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. We can only be made pure from the ashes, despite whatever supposed proof you have to the contrary.
If you're wrong, you will destroy everything you claim to love. Nothing is worth that risk.
Claim? If you cannot see the truth of my devotion written plain, then now I see why you are against me so. But you are wrong about the risk. We are losing this war. It is inevitable. The victors will brutally subdue us until we become corrupted. Until we forget our principles, our history, the very core of who we are. It is better that we perish together as proud protectorate, proud Arcadians. Preserving our purity is a mercy. More than that, is it not love?
What about faith, Consul? If your people wish to preserve the Protectorate, they will find a way.
Even through extreme hardship and the tyranny of corporatists? Even if every aspect of the framework we've established is torn down around them? No. No. We have raised a stalwart people. Instilled principles of the Protectorate in them from their first breath. Perhaps I must trust that they've taken our teachings to heart. There may yet be other ways to save my beloved Arcadia, but I cannot be the one to see them to their completion. I surrender. What? Oh, by the matriarch. It seems we have a problem. The rift has... well, it has nearly destabilized completely. And the modulator cannot close it in its current state from a safe distance. Destruction of Arcadia is imminent. Architect, help us.
Nonsense. There must be a way.
There is. Though, given your tenacity in preventing bloodshed, I don't believe you'll appreciate it. A chance yet remains. We must bring the modulator as close to the rift as possible. However, when the rift folds in on itself, this ship and its operator will not survive.
Are you sure there isn't just an off button? Maybe something you can unplug?
I'm not surprised your arrogance put us in this position. Even less surprised that you're now looking around, asking who will suffer to get us out of it.
Let me be clear. I am not placing this burden upon your shoulders. This was my doing. And so it is my responsibility to set things right. I will give you time to vacate the ship. When you are clear, I will fly it into the rift myself. You are right. Arcadia will find its way without me.
I wonder, are you trying to be noble, or are you taking the coward's way out?
I am not trying to be anything. This is my responsibility alone. Think what you wish of me, but this is something I will never shirk from.
I will accompany him, and ensure all goes as planned. It's only right that I complete the very mission I came here for.
What? Absolutely not. You probably blow up this ship before it gets to the rift.
Your goal here is the same as mine. Do not mistake that. But if this is an order, I will comply.
Now go. Make what's left of your existence count.
Don't worry. I intend to.
We shall have our hands full cleaning up the mess you've made of Arcadia.
Let's get on with it then.
See ya.
And so, in the end, when the Consul was faced with the undeniable errors in his logic, he chose to save Arcadia by closing the rift himself. He died hoping his sacrifice might make up for the disastrous decisions he had made. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect. The Order returned Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy to their original purpose, contemplating the clockwork of the universe in pursuit of solving the equation, while thoughtfully relocating refugees to another settlement. The abbot carried on as the head of the monastery, a task he excels at in peacetime. He was assigned a new seer who lacked Wiley's ambition. They got along much better. Seer Wiley fled the order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, he offered obvious yet effective advice instead. Archivist Victor Clemens, having survived his encounter with the commander and manipulation by DeVries, ended up exiling himself into the wilderness to live a life of solitude from the Order. Cecil Corbin was executed for allowing the commander to pass at the Oris listening post. A sad end for one of the Protectorate's most loyal subjects. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Because of her commander's refusal to help with her graft, Inez's health rapidly declined. Even as she tried to make a name for herself on her own, she died of sepsis during her solo travels in Arcadia. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. Freed from her rift obsession thanks to the intervention of her commander, Azza tapped her long-suppressed scientific aptitude and joined the Order as an archivist. Her homicidal intensity served her well during peer review. After Azza disbanded the Glorious Dawn, its members quietly tried to resume lives forever disrupted by the Arcadian conflict. As the cult's murderous legacy faded, average colonist life expectancy increased by 0.23%. With full control of the archive and the modulator schematics in hand, the Order called upon all ascendants to collaborate in one purpose, that of rebuilding Arcadia. Ruth Bassar's leadership returned Arcadia to a thriving colony, free of the iron-fisted rule that had plagued it. Yet no great strides occurred in her lifetime, and she ultimately became a footnote in Appendix 17 of the Order's 111-volume annotated history of the Universal Equation. The audio logs on forbidden philosophism preserved by the Oracle Laureate at the commander's urging did not lead to a new Arcadian schism. A homegrown sect of philosophists flourished. They engaged in cordial debate with the scienticians, typically followed by post-debate cocktails. With the old auntie dead, a new figurehead was needed to keep up appearances. Company execs fast-tracked auditions for a new auntie, But it was too little, too late for the corporation's influence to recover, leaving it ripe for a hostile takeover. A grateful order bestowed the commander with an honorary academic position, equivalent to a laureate, despite the commander's lack of peer-reviewed published work. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order attempted to help him recover without much success. He lived out the rest of his addled days at Laplace's garden, often spotted sitting by the pond and staring at the water. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. The release of the skip drive schematics to the public domain resulted in new and exciting opportunities for independent manufacturers. However, unchecked use of the drives would ultimately lead to an even greater proliferation of rifts, once again imperiling the galaxy. Yet the Order was all too familiar with the causal link between skip drives and rifts. They provided rift modulator schematics to all skip drive manufacturers at no cost, so they could package both technologies and nip the proliferation of new rifts in the bud. Thanks to the Order's thoughtful planning, the rifts were all closed and all colonies in proximity to Arcadia were saved. But the fate of those farther out in the galaxy remains unclear. All of these events turn on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well?
The remaining run of Science Adventures Quarterly, as requested.
Oh, allow me. They all look to be no less worse for wear. Splendid. Much obliged. For completing the set, I present to you the rarest rarities available to me. I must say, this exchange of goods and services has been quite satisfying. How novel. Take good care, outsider.
Oh, thanks. What'd you give me?